Hello everyone, welcome back in my accountancy class for higher secondary first year commerce. So I have already discussed some of the important topic from our accountancy and actually from our introductory chapter of accountancy. Okay, so I think all of you have clear idea about all the classes and I think you have viewed this video as well. So in today's class I am going to discuss another important thing. Okay, because as accounting is the process of recording transactions, accounting is the process of recording transaction in the books of accounts of the organization. So before recording we have to understand what we are going to record. Okay, because I have already told you that in accountancy we will record transactions by using debit and credit. So in that chapter I am going to discuss the golden rule of debit and credit. You can say that it's a formula for recording the business transactions in the books of account of the business organization, and this formula we have to apply for finding out which aspect of the transaction is debit and which aspect of the transaction is credit. Okay, so for every transaction we have to identify the two most important aspect, the twofold aspect that I have already discussed in my class, that is accounting for double entry system of accounting, where we have to identify, we have to record the twofold aspects of every transaction. Okay, and if one aspect of the transaction is debit, another aspect will be credit, and the relationship between debit and credit is opposite in nature. So in today's class, that is the golden rule of debit and credit, and in the previous class I have discussed what is account. Okay, I have discussed what is account. That is, an account is a summarized record. An account is a summarized record of all the transactions relating to any person, any particular item, any item of income, any item of expenses, and the format of account is like that, T-shaped, and it is the format of account. And this T-shape, what is debit? Remember, debit means recording of transactions in the left hand side of an account. So as it is an account, if we record in the transaction in this side, in this portion, we are recording transaction in the left hand side of an account, so this side is debit. And again, the recording of transaction in the right side, that means this portion of the account, it is called right side, so this side is credit. So remember, for every transaction, for every account, left hand side is a debit side and right hand side is a credit side. Clear? So we know what is debit. Debit means recording of transactions in the left hand side, and credit means recording of transactions in the right side. So we have to identify which transactions, which aspects of the transaction will be recorded in the debit side and which aspects of the transaction will be recorded in the credit side. And we can record this, we can record if only we know the golden rule of debit and credit. And what is account? An account is a summarized record of all the transaction relating to any person, any item of income, expenses, or anything. And what are the classification of accounts? Under traditional method, we classify accounts under three heads. Remember, the three heads are the, one is personal account, another is real account, and another is nominal account. Student, please note this, because this topic is very much important for our accountancy, because we cannot record the transaction if we don't know which account is personal, what is called personal account, what is called real account, and what is called nominal account, and without applying the formula of golden rule of debit and credit. So whatever I am writing on the board, please try to note it in your copy. So personal account, remember, the personal account, the account heads which are relating to any person, any organization, any institution is called personal account. Like if we classify personal account, then we find there are three classification of personal account. One is accounts of natural person, accounts of artificial person and accounts of representative personal account. Representative personal account. Okay, so personal account, what is personal account? Personal account, the account heads which records transactions relating to any person, any organization, any institution and any company. Okay, suppose Ram. Okay, Ram is a person, so it is a personal account and it falls under accounts of natural person. Who are the natural person? Natural person means human being. So Ram is a human being, so he is a natural account. Next, Karim. Karim is a natural person, so it also falls under personal account. Under personal account, accounts of natural person. Next, Salim. He is also natural person, so under personal account he falls in the accounts of natural person. Then what is artificial person? Artificial person means those account heads which records the transactions relating to any organization, any institution and any company, and this organization is made by the person. So what is artificial? Artificial means those things which are made by the natural person. So like any institutions like SBI, State Bank of India, it is a financial institution, so it falls under personal category but under accounts of artificial person. Next, UBI, United Bank of India, it is also falls under personal account under accounts of artificial person. Next, Messrs K stores, we find in our localities there are some stores, there are some shops named by Messrs. So one example is Messrs K stores. It is an organization and it falls under personal account under accounts of artificial person. Next, Cotton College. Cotton College, it is an educational institution, so it also falls under personal account under which category? Accounts of artificial persons. So clear what is accounts of natural persons? That means accounts relating to human being are called accounts of natural person. Accounts relating to any organization, any institutions, any company. Reliance India Limited. It is a company. It also falls under personal account but under accounts of artificial person. Okay, next, the accounts of representative personal account. In that account, in the types of account heads which records transaction relating to a large group of persons together, like students account. Here we find that we cannot identify the each and every students, but it is a accounts related to the students account. So we can say that here more than one students or more than 100 students or large group of students falls in this account. So it represents large group of persons together. So it is a representative of personal account. Outstanding salary account. Okay, so in our accountancy you find that there are two items. One is outstanding and another is prepaid. Outstanding means those items, those amount which have not paid yet. Okay, that means আমরা যে টাকাটা এখনো কাউকে পেমেন্ট করিনি বাট আমাকে পেমেন্ট করতে হবে, this is called outstanding items. And prepaid items means the amount which have I paid in advance. That means আমি যে সময় কোনো টাকাটা অ্যাডভান্স পেমেন্ট করব, this is called prepaid. And যা টাকাটা আমি পেমেন্ট করতে হবে বাট এখনো করিনি, this is called outstanding. So outstanding salary means we have to pay as a business organization. Suppose I have a company and in company there are many employees and I have to pay salary to them. Okay, so but I have not paid it yet, so I have to pay it in the next month or after few months. So this account represents the outstanding salary account, and in that outstanding salary account the salary is not for one person, the salary is not for one employee, the salary is related to a large number of employees, so it represents large group of persons. Next, employees account. employees account. Employees account means here the large number of employees are together constitute a account, or a account heads which records transaction related to employees. So here it is a representative of personal account because it represents large number of employees together. So this is our personal account classification. That means one is account of natural person, another is account of artificial person, and the another is representative personal account. Next one is real account. Real account means assets account. Okay, so we find their business. There are two important terms. One is asset, that are the things that we have processed, and another is liability, that means the things we have to pay someone else. Okay, so if there is any asset, if there is any account which records the transaction related to asset, it is called real account. So real account means real account is related to any things or any asset or any item of asset, like furniture account, like furniture account. Next, computer account. Next, building account. Next, land account. Next, machinery account. Next, cash account. Next, goodwill account. Goodwill, I know what is goodwill. You know what is goodwill. I have discussed goodwill is an, if we classify asset, then we can classify asset into two important. One is tangible and another is intangible. The tangible assets are those assets which can be seen, which can be touched, and which can be felt, and which have physical existence. So furniture has physical existence, computer has physical existence, building has physical existence, land has physical existence, machinery has physical existence. Cash, that means the currency that we have in our we have in us with us, it is called cash. So it is also our asset, because if I have rupees 100, so it means my asset. Okay, so all these are tangible assets, but goodwill is an intangible assets. So what is goodwill? Goodwill means the name and fame of the organization. Okay, goodwill means name and fame of the organization, name and fame of the business which the organization has earned. How can they earn it? They earned it by doing good business, by good behavior with the customer, by selling quality goods, by providing discount, by providing after sales service, by dealing with customer with good behavior. All this results in the name and fame of the business. And if any organization achieve its name and fame, then he can sell his goods more than he expected. Okay, suppose I have a business which has name and fame, then customer come to me to purchase the goods. So it is a one kind of assets, because it increases the sale of the business. If any organization has name and fame, then it sales always increases, automatically increases. So it is an intangible asset, but as it is asset and real account is related to asset, so it falls under real account. And the next important account is nominal account. Nominal account. Okay, so what is nominal account? Nominal account, the account heads which records transactions relating to expenses, losses and incomes and gains. Okay, so all the accounts which records transactions relating to expenses and losses, income and gains. Losses means whatever we have suffered in our business in terms of money, it can called loss. Whatever amount we have suffered in terms of money, suppose I have purchased goods rupees 1000, I have purchased goods rupees 1000 and sold it for 980, then I have suffered a loss of rupees 20. So it is falls under nominal account. Okay, next, expenses means whatever I have incurred in order to run the business, it is called expenses like salaries. That means in order to run a business, in order to run it smoothly, we have to pay salary. We have to employ persons. So to the employees we have to pay salary. So it is my expenses. Rent means the amount which I have paid for hiring any person, for hiring any place, that means where we have done business. So it is my expenses. Next, electricity charges. Electricity charges. So it is also a charges. That means I have to I have used electricity in my building, in my business, so I have to pay the charges. So it is my expenses. That means whatever I have incurred in order to run the business, it is called expenses. Next, incomes. So another one is the purchases means in order to sell goods we have to purchase the goods from another person, so it is also my expenses. Next, incomes means whatever we have earned in our business, like sales. If we sell goods to another person, so that person will pay me the money, so it is my income. Next, commission received. Commission received. So commission receipts means from some organization, from any institution, I have received in commission for my activity, so it is my income. Next, rent received. Rent receipt means I have building, I have land, and I have given it on rent to other person, and that person will pay me the money, so it is my income. Next, interest received. So when we receive interest from our bank, this amount is my income, so it falls under nominal account. Okay, so next one is the gains means profit. That means if I purchase goods for rupees 1000 and sold it for rupees 1200, that means 200 is my profit. So expenses, losses, and incomes and gains related transactions is fall under nominal account. These are the three main classification of accounts under traditional approach, and we have to identify for every categories what is debit and what is credit. And this process is called the product is called the golden rule of debit and credit. For every account head we have to identify which one is the debit and which one is the credit. Okay, so let's start my golden rule of debit and credit. So golden rule of debit and credit. For golden rule and debit and credit we have to find for every account. So what is our first account? Personal account. So personal account, debit. Write it in your copy. Debit. Which one is debit? The debit is the receiver of the benefit. The receiver of the benefit. Okay, so in personal account the debit is the receiver of the benefit and credit is the giver of the benefit. Okay, clear? This is the debit and credit rule for personal account. That is, debit is the receiver of the benefit and credit is the giver of the benefit. Okay, next one is our real account. For real account we have to identify, first one is debit. Debit means what comes in. Okay, it is debit. Next, credit. What goes out. This is credit. So for real account, debit it what comes in and credit it was what goes out. Next one is the nominal account. Debit. All expenses and losses. Debit is all expenses and losses. And so what will be the credit? The credit is all incomes and gains. So students, write this in your copy, because whenever we will going to solve our practical solution of accountancy, that is recording of transaction in the books of accounts of the organization, we have to apply this rule. Okay, so first one is the personal account. The personal account, the debit is the receiver of the benefit and the giver of the benefit is credit. Real account, debit means what comes in and credit means what goes out. And nominal account, all expenses and losses are debit and all incomes and gains are credit. So when we will record this transaction in journal, we have to apply this rule. And what is journal? It will be discussed in our next class. Okay, so till then, write these things in your copy, and thank you.